My name is Lisa Steinberg. I'm with Starry Constellation Magazine, and I am joined today by Peter Thurnwald, and we're here to talk about the film It's Our Time. Although I do want to express I am such a geek over Exo Kitty, so I love your work on that show, and I'm so excited to have the Kiss crew coming back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am also very, very keen as well. We are going into a new season this year. Can't disclose when or what's going to happen in it, but I'm really, really excited to be a part of it and to just continue the story of Kitty and friends. Yeah.
Well, we are here to, like I said, talk about this wonderful film, It's Our Time. And I'd love to hear a little bit about kind of how you got involved with the project or what really drew you to this project as well.
Yeah, so it kind of was came across my desk not too long before we began shooting, and it was one of these it's one of these projects that I've always kind of wanted to do rom-com. Like I kind of almost all of the all TV shows that I've done leading up to this point had been rom-com, and I just kind of wanted to move into something that was maybe a little older, not kind of YA. And I think this was just like a fantastic script to really dive into it. I didn't know Joy previously to her reaching out for the role, um, which is surprising because Australia is like the tiniest little film community ever, and usually someone knows someone. But as things kind of progressed, I realized, there's so many people, especially in Sydney, that were connected to the film, and that of course just drew me in even more. And not only was kind of the opportunity one thing that made me want to do the film, but also the role, which was a film critic and film producer. So this is something that's really close to my heart as a film producer myself. And I can probably speak to many people by saying that sometimes the politics and bureaucracy of these funding companies can be a little frustrating to deal with. So it was nice to kind of be on the opposite side of that and play a role that is both like I wouldn't say like going over the edge of being being rude and obnoxious in that industry, but um kind of just like it was fun being on the other side, being like, no, your film can't be made because XYZ. As opposed to being the person in the chair, getting told that their film doesn't have enough, doesn't diversity or have enough, comedy or have enough story. And those are the two biggest points that kind of led me into wanting to do this film.
I was gonna say it's got certainly got a specific lens to it and a more mature mature lens of things as well, from what we have seen from your work. But I do like that it offers a new diverse side to your acting. We get to see a great range within this character. I believe your character's name is Shannon. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So yes, I love that it also excuse me provides this great different lens of versatility and range that we get to watch from your work. And is that something when you were kind of constructing your character you drew from that real experience like you were talking about on your lens, or a little bit of amalgamation from people you might have encountered also yourself in the industry too?
Yeah, I don't know. He's really interesting in a sense of like I think he's obviously very charming and he's very empathetic towards the cause. Um, I just think sometimes I wanted to really bring in this kind of notion of I think you kind of get lost in the business side of it and you forget that there's like kind of a real human being behind the story. And to me, I feel like people being in that creative industry and people being in those positions, I don't think any of them actually don't want to make films. Like they want these films to be made. And it's just sometimes that just getting caught up in like kind of a big you're a small wheel in a massive machine. And that can just make you forget about the individual person. And the this character was not technically based off of a single person, but probably, yeah, an amalgamation of interviews I've had with different finance people and producers. Um, but honestly, yeah, he just kind of he was a very well written role, to be honest. Like I didn't really have any queries about his motives or what why he was doing certain things. To me, it was very clear, and that of course helps build the character.
I was gonna ask, I mean, when you kind of got the breakdown and subsequently the film script, what kind of really stood out for you, whether it's, the overall arc for your character Shannon, or maybe specifically more a theme or a tone from within the film as well.
Yeah, definitely theme tone was one of the things that stuck out. Again, playing that film producer, that already that lured me in. And it was just at a time when I was going through all of the ringer of having to go through like Screen Australia, having to, apply for different grants, apply for different funds, and just getting constantly rejected. And that's why I think the film is really important, because it does highlight a lot of things about the Australian film industry, which are frustrating. But they can't give out money to everyone. Like this, it's a balance. It's all a balance as life is. So,
There is such a, I mean, impressive. We're talking about, like the writing and the character construction, and there is such an impressive talent behind the film with both the production and the writing as well. What really stood out to you, or what really kind of connected to you? Maybe something that really inspired you or impressed you from the team that's been involved. Joy,
mm,
and of course.
I think the fact that working in indie film is for me the most and has been the most rewarding experiences that I've had working as an actor. Doing the bigger productions like Exo Kitty, Players, and a couple of other things, they're massive moving machines, and being able to kind of maneuver yourself around the film set and maneuver yourself around the character and things like that, it gets a lot harder when there's more people involved. And so the one thing that I really stuck out to me in this production was Joy's ability to allow the actors just to play and to put trust in the actors to bring the story to life. Because the script was well done. It was. And when you shoot a film in 10 days, like the script has to be good. So you have to be able to kind of be comfortable with Joy coming up and saying, "Hey, we're going to only get a couple of takes of this." For example, that scene where I deny Amelia, her funding for the film. That was only kind of done in 3 or 4 takes, and it was like an 8 minute scene, right? So it is just one of those things that you have to almost prepare it like a theater piece. You have to break it down, meet up with the actor beforehand, really just nail it on the head. Because on the day, there just wasn't enough time. But that is fantastic for me because that means you have to bring it straight away. And I think that's where the true metal of acting is not in the, 30 takes that you might have done on a film. It's kind of like that one take that's fire and comes from somewhere that's truthful and in the heart.
Yeah, I mean this specific scene with your character Shannon and Amelia, everything feels really like organic as well.
Mm,
This great like banter between you. I wanted to ask a little bit about that chemistry and that beats that we get between you. That's kind of like comedy spliced with a little bit of emotionality, sliced
mm.
with, so on and so on. And I know you were just touching on that a little bit, of course, because you don't have enough time with the takes, but it really did feel like such like a fun but like insightful and kind of barb between the two of you.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the first scenes we did together, actually. Um, because it was quite odd because we went on set and we didn't have a lot of scenes before that, and like I said, the film really wasn't shot over a long period of time, so we didn't have a long time to warm up to each other and find those comedic elements, which can sometimes. I think because Tiana is such a practiced comedian, she's an amazing comedian and a phenomenal actor. We were kind of able to just get there almost straight away. Um, and again, this is a testament to really good writing. Like if we were having a lot of issues with the scene and it didn't make sense, it would have taken a lot longer. But the fact that we were able to kind of get one rehearsal in beforehand, mention what we wanted to change, um, we we were kind of off to the horses as soon as the first take was up.
There's such a great like physicality though too to the exchanges that you have not just not just with her character but overall when you're thinking about your acting or maybe you're not necessarily being in your head in that moment what kind of really I guess pulls you into certain directions with your acting? Is it something maybe not
Mm.
necessarily obviously within the writing because obviously the writing is the base, but maybe something in the moment that you feel like an improv or something that kind of helps you or help what
Yeah,
about this physicality
yeah, like
you get within.
yeah, because I think for me, I'm quite a physical actor. Like I to kind of enter into especially when I was doing a lot of theater, enter into a character, I really need to find physicality. So whether that's a walk, whether that's an action that they do, most of the time, if I'm on set, it's being comfortable with the setting that they've kind of put around me. So I think for that specific scene, kind of being able to sit in the space and really be like, okay, I this is where I sit every day. Like this is where, $1 million deals are done. This is where I reject people. This is where dreams are made. Like, but to me, this is just an office, and I really being able to tact tactically, I don't even know what, like just feel out everything around me and feel very comfortable and relaxed to be able to reach for a phone, reach for this, reach for that. Um, that to me is a big way in to a scene. And then when you have someone like Tiana she's just bringing so much life into the character, and she's always asking questions in the scene. Not like, of course, verbally, but in terms of her acting, the way that she's moving forward on a line, the way that she is kind of like jabbing with a line or reeling back, things like that. I mean, look, it just becomes impulse, and after that, there's really no need for improv. Like we never improv the scene or did anything because we didn't need it. The liveliness was there from the get go. And again, it just helped that we were kind of like in an office and it just felt very real and organic. Um, and as I mentioned before, this is a situation that I've been in, so I didn't really have to draw on a lot of kind of like abstract things to go there. But the setting really helped, and Tiana, when you just get a combination of those things, it just makes the scene easy and the acting easy.
It definitely has this like great like rhythm to it, but it feels like an essence of its own. Like it's not, obviously forced. It is like again, it's very like natural and organic, but it adds another layer to the dynamics that we're watching and the development between these two that's going on. That it feels sort of at times can be like a character in itself.
Yes, for sure, for sure. It is
So
definitely a moving thing. It's not, you can't catch it. It just it just runs away sometimes too.
what is it about the lens and the perspective that we are given amongst these core characters that you think allows the audience or would allow the audience to feel and resonate with them while watching all this drama comedy unfold?
I think kind of like as we watch films, we always want to see the drama, so I watch it. Um, and I think the way in for the audience for this one, because again, not a lot of people know. But actually, well, now with social media and things, a lot of people know how films are made and the bureaucracy with making a film and how difficult it can be. But I think the way in for this audience is definitely through the kind of whirlwind that Amelia goes through. I think a lot of people feel that in life, especially when they're kind of um, in their, mid to late 20s, early 30s. Things might not have panned out how they thought it was going to pan out. Um, they feel like there's a fire underneath them, but they're not sure which like direction to run to to help like, feed the flame. Um, and I think that's probably one of the core things I would say for people watching the film, as well as the kind of romantic side of it. As it is a rom com, it's kind of this got its cutesy little like will they won't they kind of storylines. Uh, but yeah, I think that's probably my if I was watching this film, that would be my way in.
Is there an element or a moment within the film that you enjoyed the most about from your experience being a part of the project?
Definitely the scenes, just doing scenes, just feeling very free and loose. And again, reiterating, this is why I love indie film. It feels a little like theater, which is always such a pleasure. And I do love theater. I haven't done any very recently, but I plan to go back and do a lot more. Because that to me, that is like the core of acting. That is where you can experiment. That is where you can go. I don't want to say deeper because it's at the end of the day it's a rom-com, and Shannon is a character that I actually know quite well, and knew well upon reading the script initially. But just being able to play, just having play, um, and that was the thing for me. Like I just really love the most.
It sounds like you were surrounded by a lot of wonderful talent that really kind of just, everybody felt like they could flourish amongst this, from startup to setup to filming and beyond. It just seems like the core of the film itself really lends to just this wonderful, journey that we get to go through.
Yeah, and Joy was fantastic because she at no point in the whole film did I, as an actor, ever feel stressed. Joy was able to manage the tight time constraints really, really well. And she just also like, even though she wrote the whole thing, she was just so relaxed about it. She's like, yeah, change this line. Yeah, that's not working. Just fix it. Like, and just the direction she would give were really when she gave direction, it was really specific and very on what she needed. And that again, it just felt good. It felt comfortable. I didn't ever need to I didn't ever need to panic or feel like I need to generate a scene. It was just there.
It sounds like such a really wonderful collaboration that occurred while you all were on set, and the vision to have from page to screen, and then again, watching your character and watching all the drama, comedy, and the beats, and the lens, and the perspectives, and like just allowing yourself to be enveloped in this journey that we get with these core characters. It's fun, it's insightful, and I feel like when you're done watching as the audience, you'll kind of feel like, you were a part of it just as much as you're watching it.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a journey for sure.
Well, beyond the film that we're speaking about now, are there any other projects that you have coming up? Again, I know we talked about, of course, the upcoming Exo Kitty new season to be determined coming up, but what else will we have? Are there any other guest stars or any other project that we'll get to see you coming up?
Yeah, I've got a couple of films coming out hopefully around this year and next year. Got a called Dusk, directed by Tristan Barr, which is another indie film that I was a part of here in Australia. That I'm really, really, really looking forward to. Don't want to spoil too much, although I don't think I can spoil too much actually. But I'm very, very excited to have a completely different spin on the usual roles that I'm doing. I play a corrupt police officer. And so that was an immense joy to be a part of. And an amazing opportunity to flex some acting skills or to fall on my face very flat and realize that maybe that might not be for me. But we'll see. We'll let everyone judge that. And then I've also got another film called I believe the title will be The Dunny Derby. It's kind of bringing back that screwball comedy like kind of vibe. It's Australian. It's shot out in the outback. Just think kind of like Dodgeball, Blades of Glory, that kind of comedy. So really, really excited. Fantastic cast attached. Really excited. And I get to play an absolutely ridiculous character who wears a hazmat suit for the entirety of the film, and it's shot in that like in the red soil, and the concept is ridiculous because it's about this race that they have every year in Winton called the Dunny Derby, and they basically dress up like portable toilets and they race them. It's ridiculous. It's so silly. But just one of my favorite projects I've ever worked on. And so hopefully that will kind of come out near the end of the year to the start of next year. And yeah, just a couple other things I can't talk about, but yeah, just trying to get into more films. I think is the goal at the moment. Exo Kitty has been such a fantastic bouncing board for my career, and I've kind of been able to get more opportunities out of playing Alex. So who knows? Who knows what is in the future? But I hope it's some more features.
I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. I know we're sort of in April, and I still feel like it's a new year in a sense because it's not so far into the year. Like we're
Yep.
almost halfway, but not specifically halfway.
Yep. Yep.
So, with all the wonderful work that you've done, specifically with this film, and again, of course, through your work with Exo Kitty, I just am looking forward to these upcoming projects to see again the wonderful range and versatility of your work. Because I'm a fan, I'm a follower of yours on Instagram, and I love to see all the like the fun behind the scenes like karaoke. That's a lot of
Yeah.
karaoke.
I know. We have a lot of karaoke. We do a lot of karaoke. It's really great. The cast is so one like we like every weekend we're just hanging out. It's such a nice vibe. So I'm really excited to go back because it just feels I know we're there to do, really, really good work, but at the same time, it's just you don't get casts like this. This is like a once in a lifetime thing. There's so many jobs that you'll work on and you barely become friends with anyone. So it, the fact that we can go back and enjoy Korea as well as enjoy the show, like I'm super excited.
Well, I appreciate you sharing so much with us about this film, and of course, sharing so much that you bring to your social media, where we get to kind of like get these little like fun-filled romps, like we're almost a fly on the wall. We're hanging out with you all in Korea and doing karaoke and just kind of like having a snack night. It looks like sometimes,
Yeah, I
like a
know.
movie.
Many a snack night. Usually at like 5 a.m. when we're finished filming, and it's like
Snack
we're just
morning.
like we need decompression and snacks. That's all we need.
Yeah, so thank you so much for speaking with me today, and I'm so much again looking forward to everything coming up for your new projects. And yeah, anytime we can sit down and chat, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, please just let me know. Always happy to.